The discovery. In the year 2257, Earth had evolved into a thriving hub of technological advancement and space exploration. The Global Space Agency, GSA, a collaboration of the world's leading scientific minds, had been tasked with pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and understanding. Dr. Liam Novak, a brilliant archaeologist, and his team had been excavating an ancient site in the heart of the Amazon rainforest when they stumbled upon an artifact that would change the course of human history. The artifact, a sleek metallic object with intricate engravings, emitted a faint glow that pulsed with an otherworldly energy. As Dr. Novak and his colleague, the renowned linguist Dr. Evelyn Chen, began to decipher the engravings, they realized that the artifact contained a message from an alien civilization. The message spoke of an ancient alliance between the aliens and humanity, forged in the face of a terrible threat that had once endangered both their worlds. The artifact provided coordinates to a distant star system, urging humanity to seek out their long-lost alien allies. Dr. Novak and Dr. Chen immediately brought their findings to the attention of the GSA, knowing that the implications of this discovery could reshape humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The news of the artifact's discovery spread like wildfire, captivating the public's imagination and sparking heated debates among the scientific community. Some argued that the artifact was a hoax, while others believed it to be the most significant discovery in human history. As the GSA analyzed the artifact and its message, they came to the conclusion that the coordinates provided were genuine and that the alien civilization's plea for reconnection could not be ignored. The leaders of the GSA knew that they had to act quickly and decisively to unravel the mystery behind the artifact and the ancient alliance it spoke of. They began assembling a team of the world's most brilliant minds, including experts in astrophysics, engineering, biology, and linguistics. Among them were Dr. Novak and Dr. Chen, whose expertise would be invaluable in understanding the artifact and communicating with the alien civilization. As the team worked tirelessly to prepare for the mission, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of a monumental discovery that would forever alter the course of human history. The weight of their responsibilities hung heavy on their shoulders, but they were determined to uncover the truth and forge a new path for humanity among the stars. Little did they know that their journey would not only lead them to the remnants of an ancient alien civilization, but also force them to confront the very same threat that had once brought both worlds to the brink of extinction. The discovery of the artifact had set in motion a chain of events that would test the limits of human ingenuity, resilience, and determination in the face of an unimaginable danger. The journey begins. With the discovery of the ancient alien artifact, the Global Space Agency, GSA, knew that they had to act swiftly to unravel the mysteries it held. The coordinates provided by the artifact pointed to a star system located in a distant corner of the galaxy, far beyond the reach of humanity's current space exploration capabilities. The GSA began assembling a team of the most brilliant minds from various fields, each handpicked for their expertise and ability to work under pressure. Dr. Liam Novak and Dr. Evelyn Chen, the archaeologist and linguist who had deciphered the artifact's message, were among the first to be recruited. Joining them were astrophysicist Dr. Xavier Rojas, whose groundbreaking research on wormhole technology would be crucial in reaching the distant star system, and engineer Naomi Sato, a prodigy in spacecraft design and construction. The team also included biologist Dr. Marcus Kessler, who would be responsible for studying any alien life forms they might encounter, and Security Chief Alec Chambers, a former Special Forces operative tasked with ensuring the safety of the crew. As the team began their preparations, they faced numerous challenges and setbacks. The sheer scale of the mission required the development of cutting-edge technology and the allocation of vast resources. The GSA worked tirelessly to secure funding and support from governments and private entities around the world, knowing that the success of the mission could potentially reshape the future of humanity. Dr. Rojas and his team worked around the clock to refine the wormhole technology that would allow them to traverse the vast distances of space in a matter of weeks rather than centuries. Meanwhile, Naomi Sato and her engineering crew began constructing the most advanced spacecraft ever built by human hands, incorporating the latest advancements in propulsion, life support systems, and defensive capabilities. As the preparations neared completion, the team underwent rigorous training to prepare themselves for the challenges that lay ahead. They spent countless hours in simulations, learning to work together as a cohesive unit and honing their skills in navigation, communication, and problem-solving. Finally, the day of the launch arrived. The entire world watched in awe as the sleek, silver spacecraft, christened the Prometheus, lifted off from the launch pad and soared into the sky. As the Prometheus broke free from Earth's atmosphere and entered the vastness of space, the crew knew that they were embarking on a journey that would test the limits of their abilities and the strength of their resolve. As they activated the wormhole generator and prepared to make the jump to the distant star system, Dr. Novak couldn't help but feel a sense of trepidation. He knew that they were venturing into the unknown, and that the challenges they would face would be unlike anything humanity had ever encountered before. But he also knew that the potential rewards of their mission were immeasurable. If they could successfully make contact with the alien civilization and uncover the secrets of the ancient alliance, they could usher in a new era of understanding and cooperation between worlds. As the wormhole opened before them, and the Prometheus was engulfed in a blinding flash of light, the crew steeled themselves for the journey ahead, knowing that the fate of humanity rested on their shoulders. First contact. As the Prometheus emerged from the wormhole, the crew found themselves in a star system unlike any they had ever seen. The system was dominated by a massive blue-white star that bathed the surrounding planets in an ethereal glow. But it was the second planet from the star that caught their attention, a world that bore a striking resemblance to Earth, with vast oceans, swirling clouds, and lush green landmasses. As they approached the planet, the crew detected a series of complex energy signatures emanating from the surface. Dr. Rojas quickly identified them as the remnants of advanced technology, far beyond anything humanity had ever created. The Prometheus entered orbit around the planet, and the crew began their initial scans and observations. They soon discovered that the planet was home to a thriving alien civilization, with vast cities and sprawling infrastructure that covered much of the surface. As they prepared to make contact with the aliens, Dr. Chen and her linguistics team worked tirelessly to decipher their language and establish a means of communication. Using the data from the artifact and their own linguistic algorithms, they were able to create a rudimentary translation matrix that would allow them to converse with the aliens. Finally, the moment of first contact arrived. The Prometheus landed on the outskirts of one of the alien cities, and the crew disembarked, their hearts racing with excitement and trepidation. They were greeted by a delegation of alien officials, tall, slender beings with luminous silver skin and large almond-shaped eyes. Dr. Chen stepped forward and began to speak, her words translated by the matrix into the alien language. She introduced herself and her crew, explaining their mission and their desire to learn more about the alien civilization and the ancient alliance mentioned in the artifact. To their surprise, the aliens responded with warmth and enthusiasm. They welcomed the humans as long-lost friends and invited them to explore their city and learn more about their culture and history. As the crew immersed themselves in the alien world, they were struck by the incredible advancements and wonders they encountered at every turn. The aliens had developed technologies that seemed to defy the laws of physics, from anti-gravity vehicles to self-sustaining energy grids that powered entire cities. But it was the aliens' connection to Earth that truly astounded them. The aliens revealed that they had visited Earth thousands of years ago, during the height of their civilization. They had forged an alliance with the ancient humans, sharing knowledge and technology in the face of a terrible threat that had once endangered both their worlds. The aliens showed the crew ancient records and artifacts that confirmed the existence of the Alliance and the terrible danger that had once threatened to destroy both civilizations. They spoke of a malevolent race of beings known as the Void Wraiths, who had emerged from the depths of space, consuming entire worlds and enslaving their populations. The ancient humans and aliens had fought side by side against the Void Wraiths, using their combined knowledge and technology to drive the invaders back into the depths of space. But the cost had been high, and both civilizations had been left shattered and diminished in the aftermath of the war. The crew of the Prometheus, hailed as heroes by both their own people and their alien allies, found themselves at the center of this new era of peace and prosperity. They were called upon to lead the efforts to rebuild and restore the worlds that had been devastated by the war, their knowledge and expertise guiding the way forward. Dr. Novak and his team worked tirelessly to share the knowledge and technology they had gained with the people of Earth, helping to usher in a new age of scientific and technological advancement. The secrets of the ancient alliance, once lost to the ages, were now being used to create new wonders and marvels that would benefit all of humanity. Dr. Rojas and his team, meanwhile, continued their work to understand the fundamental laws of the universe, seeking to ensure that the balance that had been so hard fought for would never again be threatened. They worked closely with their alien allies, sharing their knowledge and insights, and together they made incredible breakthroughs that would shape the course of the universe for eons to come. As the years passed, the crew of the Prometheus watched as the worlds they had fought so hard to protect began to thrive once more. Cities were rebuilt, populations were restored, and new wonders were created that surpassed anything that had come before. And at the center of it all, the alliance between humans and aliens grew ever stronger. Trade and cultural exchange flourished, and the two civilizations began to merge and evolve together in ways that had once seemed impossible. For the crew of the Prometheus, there was no greater reward than seeing the fruits of their labors taking root across the galaxy. They had set out on their mission with the simple goal of understanding an ancient mystery, but they had ended up changing the course of history itself. But even as they celebrated their victories and marveled at the new world they had helped to create, the crew of the Prometheus knew that their work was far from over. There were still countless mysteries to be explored, countless challenges to be faced, and countless wonders to be discovered in the vast expanse of the universe. And so, as the sun rose on a new day and a new era, the crew of the Prometheus set out once more, ready to face whatever the future might hold. They had learned that the universe was a vast and wondrous place, filled with both danger and beauty, and they were determined to explore every inch of it, to uncover every secret and solve every mystery. For they knew that as long as there were those who were willing to stand up and fight for what was right, as long as there were those who were willing to explore and discover and push the boundaries of what was possible, then the universe would always be a place of hope and wonder and endless possibility. And so, with hearts full of courage and minds full of curiosity, the crew of the Prometheus set out once more, ready to write the next chapter in the story of the universe itself. They had come so far and achieved so much, but they knew that their greatest adventures were still ahead of them, waiting to be discovered in the vast and infinite reaches of the cosmos. Bees. Here is part 5 of the story, titled The Battle for Survival. Part 5. The Battle for Survival. As the crew of the Prometheus made their way back to Earth, they were suddenly struck by a terrible realization. The Void Wraiths, the malevolent entities that had once threatened to destroy the ancient alliance between humans and aliens, had returned. The first signs of their return were subtle, a series of strange energy signatures and anomalies that began to appear on the fringes of the known universe. But as the crew studied the data and consulted with their alien allies, they realized the terrible truth. The Void Wraiths had been growing in strength and number, preparing for a final devastating assault on the universe itself. The crew of the Prometheus knew that they had to act quickly if they were to have any hope of stopping the Void Wraiths. They returned to Earth with their newfound knowledge and technology, working tirelessly to prepare their own world for the coming battle. The governments of Earth, once skeptical of the crew's claims, quickly realized the severity of the threat they faced. They poured resources into the construction of new ships and weapons based on the designs and technologies uncovered by the crew of the Prometheus. Meanwhile, the alien civilization also prepared for war, sending their own ships and warriors to join the human fleet. Together, the two civilizations formed a united front against the Void Wraiths, determined to protect their worlds and the delicate balance of the universe itself. The battles that followed were unlike anything the universe had ever seen. The Void Wraiths attacked with a ferocity and power that seemed to defy comprehension, their ships and weapons tearing through the fabric of space itself. The human and alien fleets fought back with equal determination, their own advanced technologies and weapons proving to be a match for the Wraiths. But the cost of the war was high. Entire planets were destroyed, their populations wiped out in an instant. Ships and crews were lost in the depths of space, their sacrifices remembered and honored by those who continued to fight. Through it all, the crew of the Prometheus remained at the forefront of the battle, their knowledge and experience proving invaluable in the fight against the Void Wraiths. Dr. Novak and his team worked tirelessly to understand the nature of the Wraiths and develop new weapons and strategies to combat them. Dr. Rojas and his team continued to study the fundamental laws of the universe, seeking to find a way to prevent the Wraiths from ever returning. And then, in a final desperate battle, the tide of the war began to turn. The human and alien fleets, united in their determination and armed with the most advanced technologies and weapons ever created, began to push the Void Wraiths back. The Wraiths, weakened by the constant battles and the efforts of the Allied fleets, began to falter and retreat. In a final, desperate gamble, the crew of the Prometheus led a small fleet of ships into the heart of the Void Wraiths' territory, seeking to strike a decisive blow against their enemy. In a battle that would be remembered for generations to come, the fleet faced off against the most powerful of the Void Wraiths, a monstrous entity that seemed to embody the very essence of darkness and destruction. But in the end, it was the courage and determination of the Allied fleets that prevailed. The Void Wraith was destroyed, its essence scattered to the far reaches of the universe. The remaining Wraiths, leaderless and weakened, began to disappear back into the depths of space. Their threat to the universe finally ended. The crew of the Prometheus returned to Earth as heroes, their names and deeds remembered and celebrated by all who had fought alongside them. But even as they basked in the glow of victory, they knew that their work was not yet done. The universe was still a dangerous and unpredictable place, and there would always be new threats and challenges to face. But with the knowledge and experience they had gained, and the allies they had made among the stars, the crew of the Prometheus knew that they would be ready to face whatever the future might hold. They had fought for the survival of their world and the universe itself, and they had emerged victorious. And they knew that as long as there were those who were willing to stand against the darkness, the light of hope and civilization would continue to shine bright among the stars. A new dawn. In the aftermath of the war against the Void Wraiths, the universe had been forever changed. The once disparate civilizations of humans and aliens had been brought together by their shared struggle, forging bonds of friendship and cooperation that would last for generations to come. As the crew listened to the aliens' tales of the ancient alliance and the terrible threat of the Void Wraiths, they couldn't shake the feeling that their mission was far from over. They knew that they had to learn as much as they could about the Void Wraiths and the ancient technologies that had been used to defeat them, in case the threat ever returned. But for now, they reveled in the incredible discovery they had made, and the new friends and allies they had found among the stars. They knew that the journey ahead would be long and fraught with danger, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united in their determination to protect their world and forge a new future for humanity. The revelation. As the crew of the Prometheus spent more time among the alien civilization, they began to uncover the true extent of the knowledge and technology that had been lost to humanity over the millennia. The aliens shared with them ancient texts and artifacts that revealed the incredible advancements that had been made during the time of the Alliance, from advanced propulsion systems to powerful energy weapons that could devastate entire planets. But it was the revelation of the true nature of the Void Wraiths that truly shocked the crew. The aliens revealed that the Void Wraiths were not simply a malevolent race of conquerors, but a manifestation of a fundamental flaw in the fabric of the universe itself. According to the ancient texts, the universe was not a static, unchanging entity, but a living, evolving system that was constantly seeking to balance itself. The Void Wraiths were a manifestation of that balancing force, emerging whenever a civilization grew too powerful or advanced, threatening to upset the delicate equilibrium of the cosmos. The ancient humans and aliens had fought against the Void Wraiths not simply to protect their own worlds, but to maintain the balance of the universe itself. They had developed incredible technologies and weapons to combat the Void Wraiths, but had ultimately been forced to sacrifice their own advancements and knowledge in order to prevent the Wraiths from growing even stronger. As the crew grappled with this incredible revelation, they realized that their mission had taken on a new level of urgency. If the Void Wraiths were to return, it would not simply be a threat to Earth or the alien civilization, but to the entire universe itself. Dr. Novak and his team began to work feverishly to uncover as much knowledge as they could about the ancient technologies and weapons that had been used to combat the Void Wraiths. They pored over ancient texts and artifacts, working with the alien scientists to decipher the secrets of the past. Meanwhile, Dr. Rojas and his team began to study the fundamental laws of the universe itself, seeking to understand the nature of the balancing force that gave rise to the Void Wraiths. They hoped that by understanding the underlying principles at work, they might be able to find a way to prevent the Wraiths from ever emerging again. As the crew worked tirelessly to uncover the secrets of the past and prepare for the battles of the future, they were struck by the incredible responsibility that had been placed upon their shoulders. They knew that the fate of not just their own world, but of the entire universe itself rested in their hands. But they also knew that they were not alone in this fight. The alien civilization had pledged its support and resources to the cause, recognizing the threat that the Void Wraiths posed to all of existence. Together, the humans and aliens began to forge a new alliance, one that would stand against the darkness and fight for the future of the universe itself. As the crew of the Prometheus prepared to return to Earth with their newfound knowledge and allies, they knew that the true battle was only just beginning. The Void Wraiths were out there, waiting in the depths of space, ready to emerge at any moment. But the humans and aliens were ready to face them, united in their determination to protect the delicate balance of the universe and ensure that life and civilization could continue to thrive among the stars. The battle for survival. As the crew of the Prometheus made their way back to Earth, they were suddenly struck by a terrible realization. The Void Wraiths, the malevolent entities that had once threatened to destroy the ancient alliance between humans and aliens, had returned. The first signs of their return were subtle, a series of strange energy signatures and anomalies that began to appear on the fringes of the known universe. But as the crew studied the data and consulted with their alien allies, they realized the terrible truth. The Void Wraiths had been growing in strength and number, preparing for a final, devastating assault on the universe itself.